morning everyone. Yeah, very good morning. Shall we begin the session? Today's topic is a continuation of the last previous topic. Yeah, we have classes before the weekend, that is on Friday. Due to my personal problems, I have not kept the classes. Due to some personal problems. So shall we start? So the topic is the next chart that is very similar to the first chart CFM template, and the main difference is that it is available, it is used to take the saving the submitted data from the demographic form that is used to submit from the perception report form. So this is used with the perception report form that may be available, that may not be available within the data that has to be submitted before the demographic form. So let's begin with the session with nextchart.cfm. So this coding ensures that we are going to make a chart that includes the CFM template. And the main difference is that the first chart.cfm has to take care of the saving the submitted document data from the demographic form, while the next chart must save the data submitted. So one is the making the save of data submitted to the chart, one is the make the data submitted for the perception report form. And the next chart.cfm template starts by loading the session and form 2, which is at the time at which the form 2 is completed and submitted. And this CF query flow line 4 to 6 saves the data in the DB via SQL statement, that is the insert into. So we are going to use the insert into statement into this. That is the next chart.cfm, CF set session.end form 2, ls time format now HHMMSS. Then store the input from form 2, then CF query name insert 3 data source session.data source. These are the queries, these are the form that will be reported out with the CF set with the CF query. Then insert into form 2. So we are going to proceed with the insert into form 2. Then participant, chart, weight, fact, type, topic, measure, TID, category, start form, end form 2. Yeah, these are used as an insert into, and this is used as a form 2. Then the values is a session.participant, session.chart, session.weight, session.fact, type, form topic, form measure, form TID, form category, and the form.start form and the session.end form. So these are the various categories that is used with the values. And these are used as a session.weight, means different variables are used over here, session.fact, session.type, session.topic or form.topic. And this form.measure is also used with the category that includes the session.start form. Then the CF query will be closed. After that, test if the previous display was the last, that is a number of 25. CF if session counter is equals to 25. So either the session counter is equals to the 25. Then if the previous display was number 25. So if the previous display number is also 25, then the location, that is a CF location URL, that is a thanks.cf. If not the last fact, continue from here. Then there's the CF else. Select a random chart number and test if fact already displayed or not. Then CF set test equals to 0. Loop condition is the test equals 0. Then CF set session.chart is a random range 175 and get the fact type and URL corresponding to the chart number. This is available within the command. Next query is the CF query, name is the select2 and the data source is the session.data source. This will be included out with the query. What is the query? Select the, that means fetching the value fact, type, URL from the charts where chart is the session.chart. Then the CF query will be closed. Then CF set session.fact, select 2.fact, then session type, select 2.type. Then select 2.url. So this is the code. Check the fact whether that is not in the previous display or either that is available within the CF query data source or either it is used within the session.data source. That is the name equals to code. Then select effect from the calls. Then participant is the session.participant and the effect is the session.effect. Then CF query will be closed. Then CF is, now what is the call fact? That is not equals to the session fact. So if the call fact is not equals to the session.fact, CF set test is equals to 1. So we are calling the value, we are giving the value of the test as a 1, then CFF will be closed down. And the loop is also closed down. And the new chart number for an unused fact has been found, that is record in the call, that this fact has been used, has been available for the determination. The next query will be run, that is the name is insert code data source session.data source. Then insert into calls. So we are going to put into the calls what are the two facts, what are the two categories, participant and the facts, and the values of the session.participant, session.fact. And the CF query will be closed. Then CF set session.counter, that is the session.counter plus 1. The image must be displayed for the session.wait set. And the CF set session.wait, the number is 1020. Then CF output, what is the output over here? That is displayed with the meta tag, and we are using with the HTTP equivalent refresh content session wait. URL is the back.cfm. Then CF output will be closed and the CF output will be opened over here. Next part, H2, that is the heading number 2. So this is the presentation number. What is the number? That is session.counter of 25. And H2 will be closed, P. Then image SRC, we are getting the image and the source is the session.url. Then here is a break, font color, that is a red, and the presentation will be removed after a randomly determined time. And the font will be closed and the output will be closed over here. It will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. Yeah, these are the 4 parts that must be closed over here with the CF tag number. That must be saved for the last. And if so, the direction must be controlled to the thanks.cfm. And selection is more complicated than the first because we know that we have to check that the display drawn does not represent a fact already presented out. And this is the sequence of the CF tags in which a display is randomly selected and tested out, and if it is implied fact that have already been paced out, sequence will be repeated. And when the presentation of an unused fact is found, the looping is finished and processing continues for the new displays as for the first display. Next is a thanks to the participants. When the participant has responded to the 25 presentations, he or she is also sent out a page that is generated by the final template, that is a thanks.cfm. Again, this is a page without any CF tags and it qualifies an HTML page. That includes a reference to a mail address. Mail address includes a HTML page, that is a CF tag page. Next is a thanks.cfm. Then HTML. Body, that is remains the same. Every tag is remains the same except few tags, that is the EM. Yeah, just right. So few tags have been changed. For example, there is the HTML, then there is the body tag. Then H1 font size is 3 plus 3. Then what is the size or name of the font? That is a font style, we can say. Times New Roman, and the color is blue. Next is a EM tag. SIS, that includes the, that gives the abbreviation as a capital emphasis, we can say. So that's a statistical information system, and the font will be closed. It should be closed. The next again is a P. You have completed the application. Thank you very much for your patience and the interest. P will be closed. Now please exit to the URL of your choice. P will be closed. Now if you have any proposal or the comments, please send back to the, we have given the link that is given by the anchor AHRE. Then the session is terminated. Then the body will be closed and the HTML will be closed. This will display, gives the last display for the participants who completes all the 25 presentation before. This is the SIS, Statistical Information System. So you have completed the application. Thank you very much for your patience and interest. Please exit to the URL of your choice. Now, if you have not given any proposals or the comments, please send back to this one. Thank you. This experiment will be discussed as carried out within the several times in different environments, and experiences for this type of experiment that is also increasing. This is given as a SIS, means a focusing or emphasis on the top, on the word or the abbreviations or the characters. Next is a web search engine. That is almost the tools on the web. It is used as a search engine. And though a systematic and the continuous search with huge indexes with reference to the indices of the millions have been given, or we can say that will be available over the data that is included over here. So that must be included, that must be going on well. These must be available in the cold fusion, must be available organized in the tables. The type of the data that is considered are the text files with the varying length and the content. Among the properties that is given, the words included in the documents are the fusion, that will include the full text search engine, which can be implemented by means of the features in cold fusion. And the basic approach of the full text engine for a large set of the files, index file with one record of the data, in which the words can occur more than one at a time by asking for the files with one or more words contained. And the index is maintained for the requested file that makes the number of occurrences in the requested files. The scores can be computed at that time. So it must be included in the cold fusion, that are the components for such a search engine. And they originate from a system module known as the Verity, included in the CFMX. And to create a search engine template for your web system using the CFML, you must take the several steps. But first you prepare a menu, then register the collection of the files which should be covered by the system, then index the files, construct a query interface to the system, prepare the searching by means of an engine, prepare an option for deleting a collection. So this indicates the system component that represents a figure, that make out the figure by which we can communicate. For example, this is the user, then there is a selected document query, documents index, and the retrieved links. This will be available within the search engine that is included as a part of the CFMX files. The CFMX will be the part of the outline search engine that will be included in the particular approach for the selecting the menu, application.cfm, index.cfm, blue search engine that will be make the processing, that will make the, we can say the paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, that will make the recording as soon as possible with the search engine. And this is the output. Then the search engine, select the process that you want. So register indexing, searching, deleting. And this will be given by the template, and this will display the four options, either registering, indexing, searching, and the deleting. And of that data set of the files representing the text document is also assumed already stored in your disk for registration as a collection. Be careful with interpreting this term, but when the literature discussion is going on for the collection, it does not mean creating the document, but defining the location of the collection indexes, and when the documentation refers to deleting a collection, the next is a file collection, which is going to define with, for example, comprises the session text file of this course. And usually the number of the text file composed by a collection of this course is much more higher. And these can be of different types, that is differentiated by the extension .htm, .html, .cfm, .cfml, jpg, gif, .pdf, .txt, .xls. So these are indexed within the file if they contain some text. Not all the files that are relevant for this application, but this must be used to differentiate between the relevant and the irrelevant fact. By extension during the indexing, and in this example we use only the .cfm files. That is not a collection of the set of the file, but it is used to require the preparation for this collection. So next, recording.cfm requested the information needed for definition of a collection. This is the phone recording.cfm. H2 phone color view defining a collection object. So there are three fields will be used. There is a paragraph tag that includes the name of the collection.